This is the golden era.
Don't label me no type of conscious nigga. I'm just awake, paying attention, none of that nonsense, nigga. I ain't laughing, playing no games, shit ain't obvious to you. And I ain't on that bullshit while you just laugh and giggle for real. This, that shit they don't really wanna talk about. But dog, I swear too many just run their mouth. They on that bullshit all day. They up on Twitter, man, just trying to get laid. Laughing, joking, while people getting killed and shit. This, that shit, I hope they...
What's going on, people? What's going on? I'd like to welcome everybody back to the Golden Era Podcast. I am your host, Chris G. And today in the studio, I got a returning guest with me, Dari. What's going on, my brother?
Peace, brother.
What's the good word?
Just maintaining, happy to be here again. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, for sure. And to my right, I do have one of my very special homies, man. Did a lot of music together, you know, just talk about life together and shit. My homie, Frankie Flowers. What's good, my brother?
What's going on, man?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just in clear mental space now. Happy to be around. Back on track, you know?
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Well, this is the Golden Era Podcast. So if you're listening, that means you already found us. But if not, goldenerapodcast.com, IG, Golden Era Podcast. I did make a Twitter page, but I don't really use it.
Yeah, I better stop using Twitter, man.
It's like connected to the IG, so it like posts at the same time and shit. Like, so find me on IG. That's where you'll find me at, or hit the website. Where can they find you at, Doc?
I'm on IG as well at Dari Bluestar. And email daribluestar@rockandmail.com. SoundCloud at Dari Bluestar.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Frank, where can everybody find you at, man?
They can just search me on IG, Facebook, or YouTube at Frank Flowers MKE, or go to the website with all my contact information, FrankieFlowersMusic.com. That's FrankieFlowersMusic.com. Frankie with an IE, not a Y.
Yeah, because, you know, motherfuckers be spelling shit all kind of ways
Crazy.
nowadays.
Crazy.
Hell yeah. So what I like to get into, man, early on in episodes is what's in your playlist. That's what I like to do. Because I think what the music you listen to tells a lot about the person you are. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what you got in your playlist right now, Dari, man? What you got going on?
Bata, Cambata from New Haven, Connecticut. I found him on YouTube through the so-called conscious community. Black News 102, Sonetter TV, all the brothers that be on there. He hooked up with a brother named Brother Rich, who goes by the name of Black Magic, and he's a producer. And Cambata did an intro to one of his little, you know, YouTube programs. And that's the first time I heard him, and I've been following up with him ever since.
Oh, okay. You got some dope shit?
Dumb nice, meta-lyrical, which is a term that I think I coined. I ain't never heard it. But it's like, you know, metaphysics. But like,
yeah,
you mix the metaphysical with the lyrics, meta-lyrical. He one of them niggas. So, yeah,
okay.
Cambata.
Oh, okay. Anybody else, man, you been listening to? What you been, you know, put me on some new shit, man.
Let me see. I just checked out that new Ka, who we talked about recently. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Recluse and the Hermit, or the Hermit and the Recluse.
See, man, you be saying some shit I ain't never heard none of these
like,
motherfuckers be.
Never,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay.
Brooklyn, man, you gotta check that album out. You know what I'm saying?
Like, damn, I be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and that new Cannabis, Full Spectrum Dominance.
I don't think I heard that shit, no.
I had sent you the link. I'll send it again, but
I
Cannabis
probably got it, man.
is still doing its thing too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like that, you know, that heavy. I listen to everything, whatever I feel, but that heavy lyricism is where my soul rests at. And my son, too. You know what I'm saying? Outkast.
Yeah, for sure.
Pen
for sure.
game very sharp, and he just released something, too, which is on SoundCloud. And you could check him out on IG at Outkast, ATLIKNIA. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you be having some weird shit every time I ask, like, dog, who is these niggas, man?
Yeah.
I mean, but that's hip-hop, you know what I mean? Like, that's how you find new
Can't
shit.
all be the same.
Yeah,
Space
what was we listening
Cadets
to
over
earlier,
here.
man? Before we recorded the female Lil Sims from the UK.
Oh yeah, shout
you
out
ever
to
hear her?
Yeah.
Nah.
She from UK. Yo, she
Man, I've
pretty
been so
dope.
disconnected with everything. When I say I had to disconnect, Man.
I feel you. I've done it before.
Yeah, like,
Hey,
I don't
listen,
know
I've
nothing.
done it
People be like,
before.
yo.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
My bro, I be asking my brother that. He be like, man, I listen to shit from the 90s, dog. I don't know what the fuck these niggas be talking about. He still be like, man, I don't know.
It's such an overload now. It's so much. You know what I'm saying? It's so much, man.
Yeah.
What you been listening to lately, though, man?
Man.
I know you driving around, riding around. You got to listen to something. You can't just be riding around in emptiness.
No, my mood changes. Some days, I do the total silence.
Yeah,
but,
I do that sometimes, too.
Like, for instance, like yesterday, I was just jamming out a lot to Big Crit because I was like in a little funk. So between his Catalactica album and his new album, it was just like, okay, cool. Of course, I still listen to Nipsey Hussle, Dom Kennedy. When Mac Miller passed away, I dedicated the whole day, you know what I'm saying, to like
Just
all
listen
of
to
Mac
some of
Miller
his-
stuff, because his stuff was more so upbeat, and made me feel good. So it was like, okay, cool. Yeah, like my mood varies, man. At one point, I used to always just solely be on like, oh, it just has to be only conscious.
Yeah,
only
yeah,
this.
yeah.
But to be honest, what's his name? Derez Deshawn. I forgot the name of his album, but I found
You know
out about
what?
dude.
I think I saw it. Might have came across my playlist one time.
Man, what's that song called? He got a song called Hercules, and then the Hardaway song. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Let me see.
It's like real big, like online or whatever. He's some the Hardaway or whatever. That cat. But yeah, I listened to his whole project like all the last month. You know what I'm saying? Because that was like, I'm not a trap dude at all. But it just made me feel like, man, I'm finna go out here and just get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like straight
yeah,
up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But it was more so like he also was telling stories
But
too.
you know what it is, though? You from the Midwest, because we listen to everything, man.
Right.
It ain't
Right.
like you just be locked into the East Coast, locked into the down south. Like, we listen to everything. So
Yeah.
that's why I like to ask people, man, what you listening to,
Yeah.
man, because you get to get a whole wide variety.
It was also this one cat, man. I forgot his name, man, but his album was called Flamingos and Kovar, whatever the intersecting streets in Vegas was where Pac got killed.
Yeah.
He's an underground cat, but he's from down south. Like, and that album was like dope. And I found out about dude just stumbling across, what was it, Sway or the Breakfast Club when they interviewed the former running back Arian Foster. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And he had the same title. And I was about to try to check his stuff out, but it sent me to that underground dude. And underground dude shit was tight.
Just
So I was
came
like,
up on it like, what?
Yeah, so that was it, man. I was like, all right.
Pure accident. Like, damn, I found it some dope shit.
And on some real shit, I did.
We were talking about that earlier, though, Doc. How cats always talking about like how hip hop's supposed to be dead. Like, nah, man, there's
can't
plenty
die.
dope shit out here.
Right,
You
can't
just
die.
Gotta know where to look.
you just stuck with what they feeding you in your face.
Yep.
You don't have to accept that.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
At all.
I don't know, man. So I don't know. For me, lately, man, I'm looking at my playlist here, man, because
He cheating. He get the reference
yeah,
everything.
I
Like,
do,
oh, yeah.
man, because I have a playlist. That's how I listen to my new music.
Okay.
It's just on Spotify. So anything new come out, I usually keep about 3 or 4 albums in there at one
Okay.
time. And I just put the shit on random, B, and I just let it ride. You know what I'm saying? And if it's some dope shit, then I'll go back and I'll take the album and I'll listen to it solely by itself and try
Okay. So how many songs has to be dope off of I guess on your playlist before you be like, okay, you know what? Let me just go ahead and listen. Is it 1? Is it 3? Is it 7? Like,
and you know the way cats make short albums now, so if it's a long ass album, I'm probably not even gonna listen to it anyway. Motherfucker give me like 19, 20 songs, dog. I'm probably not gonna.
Word.
I might not get that far,
From
man.
that era, though. Know what I'm saying?
but sometimes all 19 tracks
I
ain't
ain't
gonna
got-
be
I
hot.
ain't- I ain't- that's why I go on the playlist, because I ain't got enough time, dog, to sit around for
feel
19
you.
songs. B, straight up, I don't. I
Yo,
got too
remember
much
what-
shit to do, dog.
Jizza was like half as short and twice as strong. Remember that shit?
Yeah,
He said that
man,
shit
like,
in the 90s.
I mean,
That's
I
real.
don't need 19 tracks. I don't.
Okay.
Like your
Yeah,
album,
okay.
13. You know, like 13, I could do 13.
It's really
you know?
15, but
Yeah.
what I did, man, I was like really like conflicted because at the time I wasn't gonna do all of the songs the way that they came out, and
Yeah.
I had
We'll
like,
get into it. We'll get
Okay.
into the album. We'll get
Okay,
into the
cool.
album. So, and we'll talk about that. But so with my, I don't know. I've been listening to, like I said, we listen to everything. So I've been listening to Bun B new shit, and that shit is actually nice, yo.
I mean, but he always been consistent.
Yeah, to me, that's what I'm saying. When I tell people I listen to Bun B, they be like, Bun B, what? I'm like,
That's because
oh,
he
really?
not mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Hell, like I heard some Slim Thug on last night that I was like,
Like,
damn,
this
it was
might
called
be nice.
Peaceful. It was
Like-
like that shit was dope. Like,
Yeah,
fuck.
like he got this one cut, man. Just one main cut. If cats want to listen to it, it's called "Blood on the Dash." We listened to it in the car, dog.
Beautiful
When he talk,
shit.
it's a story, man. He talk about the first verse is him, just a cat riding around, just got off work. He go to the gas station, get a couple blunts, he got some
Yep.
weeds, you know what I mean? He roll up, you know what I'm saying? He light his shit, boom, you drive off. The second verse is it's a cop. He riding around on duty. He stop in the same gas station, get him something to drink. He see this nigga roll a blunt, like damn. Third verse, now I'm behind dude. The cop behind him, like, yeah, now I'm behind him. You know what I'm saying? I seen him dump some ashes out the window. I'm going to pull him over. And then the other part of the story is him, dude in the car. You know, he's smoking weed. Like, man, I need to hide my pistol. So, you know what I mean? Like,
Right. He painting that story.
He painted a nice story, man. So, like, that album, to me, I've really been rocking that Russ. That Russ last album, I was trying.
Talking about Wolves?
Russ.
Russ, the white boy.
Yeah, what's the name
Oh,
of that album?
that's dope. Like, if it's the one I'm thinking of where it was like a little wolf or whatever on the cover.
What's the name?
Yeah, like, I mean.
It's called Zoo.
See, I listened to the one before that.
Yeah, this one called Zoo. And
I didn't hear that one.
because I never really sat down and really listened to Russ. I
Okay.
have, you know what
It's
I mean?
more, catchy stuff,
Yeah, he got like so like say his album, right? I don't think I'm gonna sit down and listen to the whole thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna pluck all the dope shit off of there and I'm gonna kick everything else to the curb. Cause for me, man, I have a real adverse like feeling towards cats who be singing all the time,
Oh,
man. I
that-
just
okay.
can't. You know me, man. You know that already. You already know.
It makes sense now. Okay, I forgot that. Yeah.
You already know, man.
Okay. Yeah, Russ, man. On his previous album, he did all that, but I mean,
Some of it sound cool, but I can't do a whole album of you singing and rapping.
Nah,
Be
son.
like that's why they got singers out here.
Word up. If
Yeah.
you clown with it, like if you clown with it, like Nas on Nostradamus, she's a big girl now. Like he was just clowning.
Yeah,
you know
like
what I'm
on
saying?
Little Brother. You remember Little Brother album, dog? He
Yeah,
did
the
the
Minstrel
song,
Show.
the
Yeah.
Minstrel Show. He
Yeah.
did the song sounded like Mr. Biggs and shit.
yeah. I still rock to that.
I still, I could see something like
That
that.
album
But
is
these
dope.
cats like now really be
Word
be
up.
singing, dog, and want to harmonize.
You
and shit.
know who started that, so brothers got to hop on that wave. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's cool. I ain't saying
Just
like
like
I ain't no
auto-tune.
all the way hater of it because some, I dig it. Some cat it sound cool on some stuff.
Definitely.
You harmonize a hook, you know what I mean. But damn, dog, like you really singing love songs, B, and then you go into a rap.
Okay.
I'm just so used to the regular format, man. You rap some nice,
But
sweet
everything we talk
lovey-dovey
about-
shit, and then you got
I'm
like,
alone in my
a
room
singer,
type
a
shit.
singer on the hook, or R&B group or
Adapting
something.
to the times, man. A lot of people wanted to do it, but they didn't in the past. But when they see one person do it and they see, any type of success from
There
it,
you
monkey
go.
see, monkey do.
I think it's more to me it's more technical than that. I guess because I'm an engineer, but it's more. I think it's to the point of because of technology. Anybody can sing now. Anybody can lay a hook. Anybody can lay a harmony. Anybody can, and it's so easy to do because back in the day when you wanted to sing, you actually had to go to the studio and like sing and blowing that shit. You know what I'm saying? But now you don't really have to. You
Yo.
can harmonize and lay some layers together, dog, and throw that auto tune on there and.
Okay.
You blowing it down, dog. Like,
Okay.
Hey, Redman had a line.
especially if all you really trying to do is like harmonize. You're not really trying to bust no motherfucking 5-part harmonies and ballads and shit. If you
Okay.
just trying to harmonize and do a hook and you can get away with it now because the technology is so easy. You don't need a fucking professional ass engineer to make you sound good.
That's
Okay.
true.
So now, when cats back in the day was in the studio humming them hooks and had a singer come in and do it, they're like, I ain't finna pay that nigga. I could do that shit myself. You know what I mean?
All right.
So I don't know, man. I got an adverse thing to like rappers and singing, man. So that and then the other album, that 38 Special Cool G Rap. I don't know if you heard
Fire.
that.
Nah.
It's called Son of G Rap. I think it is. They from New York. Hey, East Coast shit.
It's
all
crazy.
The way.
Some of the stuff that, I would used to listen to, like in 09, 2010, and some of the artists you name it, like some of the OGs in the game, like where I'm at now, like I just don't connect to it as much. Like hell,
Yeah.
Common is like one of my favorite artists. Kweli is one of my favorite artists, but
Yeah.
I just don't connect to some of the stuff anymore. I'm like, All right, whatever.
So what you connect with more now
understand
then?
that. I understand that.
Now I just connect with stuff like that gives me a feeling in the music. You know?
Yeah.
So, like, for example, Nipsey Hussle's, like, Victory Lap, the intro song, that gives me a feeling. So right when that came on, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Big Crit last night, you know, I'm like, he has a song called Bury Me in Gold. Like, the vibe of that song, I'm like, damn, I feel this. It ain't more so like all day, every day, you know, straight consciousness or straight bars, or it's like, yo, it's just like a feel of the song. Like, damn, okay, now I'm like, okay, I can relate to it, or, you know, I can at least be more open to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to tune out some of the stuff that, you know, some people I really loved in the game was talking about, because it was like they just kept, it's like you didn't see any change in the previous works.
Yeah. Some people don't grow, and that's what, like, so what I was thinking about when I was listening to Bun B album, right? He an older MC in the game,
Right.
And when you listen to his music, you can tell that.
Okay.
And his content and the way he talk and what he talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got a song on there where he talk about the prison industrial complex and big pharmacy and drugs.
And that's on his new album?
Yeah, he
Okay.
got
The
shit
whole
like,
album.
yeah, it's like, so he, you know, he talk about, he got a song on there called Grow Up, talking about motherfuckers who out here just in the streets acting motherfucking fool, but nigga, you need
Back in
40, 50 years old,
childhood.
nigga, grow up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So,
Yep.
like you said, you want to see artists grow and elevate, and so I feel you, man. Some cats you just can't listen to some no more.
Like, because you can't keep just talking about that same, you know, such and such holding me down, the white man doing this, the white man doing that. I mean, that's all. I don't know, man. I'm just not in tune with stuff no more, and that goes to me, you know, pulling myself from everything, unplugging.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't
like it.
follow politics. I don't follow, you know,
And
a
you'd
lot
be
of bullshit.
surprised how
It's
it make you change. Like you ever look at yourself like, damn, I have changed. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not attracted to some of the things I was attracted to before, and I thought I would be attracted to them forever. But now, what little bit I had, what little bit I absorbed, will be a part of me forever.
But now
I
it's
move
more,
on now,
what you know
what
it
I'm
is
saying?
now more of, since you get older, now you choose what you absorb.
Yeah.
Instead of letting it be smacked in your face all day, now you
Right,
just like
the radio shit.
shit off, B. Like, I
exactly.
don't want to see that shit no more. Fuck
Yep.
that. You know, I had somebody tell me one time, man, swear somebody told me, man, you just over there trying to be all safe in your little bubble. I was like,
my bubble.
Let me tell you what I told him, though. I said, dog, I work hard as fuck for this bubble, and it's
Facts.
comfortable as a bitch.
And nobody could pop my
And
shit,
ain't nobody
nigga.
getting up in
On
this
the
motherfucker.
real.
You better believe it.
You got to be protective of your space, man.
Yeah.
And that's something that I
Yeah.
wanted to tell you, like,
Yeah.
straight up, man. Like, yeah, we all go through the day-to-day, you know, ups and downs,
Yeah.
but protect your space.
Word
Mental is just as important as physical.
You know,
Yeah,
another
I
thing I was gonna say,
appreciate that.
man,
That's
is,
real.
I was trying to tell Cass too, is Cass be talking about they so woke, you so woke, you so woke.
That's corny.
Right? But no, but listen, you might be woke in what you talk about, but you still out here eating pork, nigga, and you still out here going to McDonald's. You
Yeah,
might
man.
be woke here, but you not woke in your heart and in your body.
Yeah.
Right? And this cats who woke might be woke in their body and they work out good, but their mind is lost in some bullshit. So you got to be able to balance both.
Yeah.
You know
Yo,
what
it's
I'm
just saying, man, like, he who speaks does not know, and he who knows does not speak.
Yeah.
Like, you let it, you practice what you preach, and you preach according to your practice. Know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. And that kind of bring me to your new album, Frank. So let's
Okay.
talk about that for a little bit. Phase 2.
The journey, yes, yeah, man, it's perfect, and just what you was just talking about, like, this album it's been like 4 to 5 years in the making. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm so happy with, you know, finally completing it, because
Yeah.
I was very honest. You know, from the intro track alone, you know, like, so many people, they want to lie and BS themselves about, you know, really wanting certain stuff in life, and I'm talking about it like, you know.
Rich and famous, right?
Yeah, rich and
Yeah.
famous, like dead ass. Like,
Hell yeah, I want to be rich and
I
famous.
want to be rich and famous. Like, who
Hell
wouldn't?
yeah.
I never heard nobody say they want to be broke. And that line actually was from, like, you know, one of my pastors and I was having a conversation, you know, in the car.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh man, you know, having all the money ain't anything, because they have money. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you wouldn't want to switch, you know, positions with me.
You want to switch?
You know what I'm
How
saying?
about it?
And then, you know, I picked up a baseball player that played for the Brewers, and we got to talking about money and finances and stuff. And he was just like, you know, money is important. You know, I don't look at it like it's important for me in a day-to-day base, but I look at it as it's important because it's important for my kids and their future.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, people not being honest, you know. So that was Rich and Famous. I had to be honest with everything. Like, fuck it, you know, from, you know, wanting the hoes,
Yeah, I want the hoes.
We men, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dog,
if somebody
hey.
they gonna lie to you, it's like, man, whatever.
Hey man, I like big booty, little titties.
All
That's
of
what
that
I like.
nasty
All
shit.
that.
Straight up.
But but like you said too, like I want the motherfucking car with the white seats. I want, you know what I mean? Why should I hide from that and say that that's
Because
not what
society, and that's what I realized, like, with this album, society tells us to repress all of our desires, dude. They try to say money is the root of all evil or all this and that. Nah, that's
It's not.
It's
The
deeper
love
than that,
of
but we
money
don't even have
is the
enough
root of
time
all
to go for
evil.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Most of the album, man, it was just like, going through the ups and downs, of my personal life, throughout the duration of those 4 to 5 years, it's heavily influenced with a lot of relationship issues.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, but like that's why I always liked your music, man.
Yeah.
And I would just say because there's some inside shit between me and you. When I listened to the album, I was surely expecting Yesterday on there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't on there, but luckily I got the motherfucker, so I
Right.
could listen to it. So,
And that goes to like, it was originally, planned to be on there because
but I know
Yesterday,
that was a different story. And
Exactly.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
did,
So when I was creating this album, it was like, let me just go ahead and focus on this relationship that I'm on. At the same time.
But
with
I
the
found the other
relationship.
song. What was the other song that you did that was like? I wouldn't say like that, but
Which one? I'm sorry.
it might be. I can't
with
think
Chad,
of the name of it.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that might be the name of it.
Yeah. And like,
But my favorite shit on the album, this is the one I wanted to talk about because this is the one that
Okay.
And as a podcast, I listened to another podcast called Tactless Know-It-Alls. They did a podcast about it too.
Okay.
Man. But on Cement Blues, that's my shit.
Why
But
is it your shit?
You was like, don't label me no conscious nigga. Like I don't follow politics. Fuck this.
Yeah,
like
I was
fuck
peeping
y'all.
that
Like
too.
yeah, you know
I
what
was
I mean.
peeping that too. I
And,
like that.
what made you feel that way to like be like, dog, don't label me that shit, man. I don't want to be, because I kind of feel that way myself. Like everybody's like to me personally, it's more so like so many cats that want to hop on and be conscious and woke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a thing now. It's not like you should have been
It's pop
studying
culture
B.
now.
No, but I'm saying you should have been studying
Should have
B.
been on that
You
shit.
should have been seeing what's
Right.
going on out here in the world. And I understand,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You got to lead the blind and you got to teach the masses. I understand that. And people going to wake up at their own time.
Yeah.
I get that. But you get so many people that just seem so disingenuous.
And you hit it right on the nail,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Like they wanted to, they being, people that, listen to my music early on in years past,
They
the
wanted to
first thing
label
to
you
say
as that.
was, oh, he's a backpack rapper, or he's this, that, and the
Yeah.
third. And I'm like, wow. So when they would ask me, like, what do you like listening to? And I say, like, first thing I say is like Lil Boosie or, Jeezy.
Yeah, some different
Oh,
shit. They
you
like,
listen to
what?
that?
Whole shit.
And I'm like, I'm a real dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then also with Cement Blues, like that was, pretty much my way of retiring, the word nigga officially, on my
Most
music.
definitely.
You know what
Most
I'm saying?
definitely.
Because on previous works, I used the word,
Yeah.
but I grew, mentally, you know what I'm saying, and started realizing like I didn't want that in my lexicon, period.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that everybody's not gonna, feel the same way. But me personally, it was like, nah. So it was like,
Torre got a song like that called The End.
and that was it. So it was
Yeah.
like, I'm saying it in there, and it's like painting that visual from the D-boy standpoint. He out here trying to get it. He like, yo,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to be on the islands, fam. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? But me, it was like, I threw that song on there early just because towards the end, later in the album, I said on the song Black Man, like, you are not a nigga. You
Yeah.
bigger than that. You know what I'm saying?
Bigger
And
than that.
some people, they caught on to it like, damn, Frank, don't never say the N-word. I'm like, nah, ain't no need.
Yeah, I remember that song too. The Black Man.
Yeah.
That was my shit from a while ago.
Yo, real quick, I wanted to say, like,
But you listened to the song. I played it for what you think about that one, dog. The Cement Blues, because we listening to it in the car on the way over here. I was like, dog, you got to hear this song, man. Since it's gonna be here, dog. I was like, dog, this my shit. But the feeling, like, so this is my thing, man. For same thing when I listen to music, I listen to it for a feeling.
see, look,
Give me a
word is
feeling,
born, son.
right?
That's what I'm
And
saying.
When I listened to that song, right, it gave me a feeling, and I was like,
Yo,
you know what I'm saying? Cool.
don't confine me to a category. Confine me to an emotion.
Yeah, like
Because it's about what I feel, not
Yeah.
what you think. You east. Oh, you on that East Coast shit.
Yeah, you
know
on
what I'm
East Coast
saying?
shit. You on that
No,
conscious
I was
shit.
raised by that, but I listen to whatever I feel. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Player circle.
Okay.
or some shit. Just
Whatever
fuck
moment,
you
whatever
up,
you in
know
the
what I'm saying?
moment, you know, whatever you want.
Because it's the rhythm, it's the music, the tones, and the vibrations that's going through your soul and your heart.
And what you going through at the
before a
time.
category.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Word.
So yeah, the other song I like, man, was Levitate. So
Okay.
that was the other one, man.
Man, I don't
That
even
was
remember. I don't. It's weird. I don't remember writing it, but I wrote it.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
ghostwriter shit.
Word is
Yeah.
born.
I remember writing it.
You was levitating.
That was it, man. I just remember, man. It was just like I was going through so much.
Because I know the
but
first verse
vibe-
too. Yeah, I know the first verse. You talk more about relationship stuff.
Yeah.
With the girl and all of that stuff. And
Yeah, and that's weird, man. Being in the space of having a girlfriend. And also having a chick that had your baby,
Yeah,
two
having
separate
a-
women,
yeah,
and
yeah.
dealing with that dynamic because it's like it's a constant conflict somewhere down the line, and a lot of people don't they don't understand that. They like what
it's gonna happen.
yeah,
Because females deal with it. Like they
Man.
got babies by some dude and they out dating another dude that might not even have no kids.
So it's like
So-
shit. But at the end of the day, I just was like, I wasn't gonna put it out at first because it was more so Kendrick Lamar had a song called Levitate. And I hate when people
Did he?
like bite, names from another artist and I'm like, fuck, but it just fit. Like I
Yeah.
already wrote it. I'm like, and I'm like, damn. And before I put out a song, I really go back and check like
If somebody got the name for it,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I'm like, damn. But it was just like, you know what? It's just a
It
different
just gotta
meaning.
fit. It,
Yep.
Plus the hook, man. So
That was it.
like that was the one, man. Other thing I wanted to ask you too, man. Who did some of the production on the album?
Man, I wish I would have had the album credits on me right now. Let's see if I remember them. Go ahead and ask.
I'm just them two, or just anybody you remember, man. Whoever you have in the album production. I know it took you a while to do the album, man.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying like within the course of 5 years, like going back, I worked with this guy named Nicholas Schultz. He overseas dude in Germany. I think he did do Levitate, and I think he also did Cement Blues actually.
Yeah, they sound similar.
Shout
Not
out
similar,
to
but
him.
like it sounded like
On
the
the real.
producer who made it. Yeah.
Yep. It was for the song Black Man. It was actually a brother named Xavier Monroe down in Detroit. Me and him linked up on Twitter years ago.
Yeah.
My personal favorite song on the album is Snowflakes because I actually produced that along with the
hear
dude
that.
that engineered it. That's actually me
I
playing the keys.
I remember that too. Yeah. It was some dope production
Yeah, it's
on
a
there.
whole
though.
bunch of-
I mean, like I said, it flowed. The album was cool. It was dope. Where can everybody get it? I can just get it on the website,
Yeah.
man. FrankieFlowersMusic.com.
FrankieFlowersMusic.com. It
There
has
you go.
options for people to either stream it or buy it directly from me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there
you
go.
do got physical copies?
No, I did everything digital.
Oh, okay.
Like physical. The reason why I chose to bypass physical copies is because nowadays everybody listens to music in their car,
Yeah.
and most
Yep.
cars don't even have CD players
We're
anymore.
just, we're just
Yeah.
talking
So
about
it's
that.
like that'd be a waste of money right there.
Trinity.
Period. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
formed. You know what I'm saying?
We were just talking about that.
But yeah,
dog.
if they get it directly on the site, well, what I did do is I threw the 2 bonus songs on there. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The unplugged versions of Snowflakes and Who Cares. and
Unplugged
then,
versions?
Yeah,
That's what's up,
it's
son. You
different
got your
vibes.
MTV on?
Yeah, and then a lot of my fans that's been supporting me, they've been from overseas. So I've been doing like personal video messages for them, when they buy it directly on the site with different options and stuff.
That's what's up. Shit, I admire. Real talk.
That's what's up, man. That's dope. Let's get
Yeah.
into the next one of the elements, man. We go through it kind of quick here because I like to just touch on, the elements of hip hop because everybody think hip hop is just rap music, and it's not.
It's not. It's not.
Rap
at
is
all.
the base. I was just thinking about this the other day. Rap music is the base, right? That's what ties you to hip hop, but not for everybody.
Right.
The music connects everybody because it's what we listen to, but what ties me to hip hop is because I did music, right? But what may tie another cat is he might be a b-boy, he might break dance,
graffiti artist or
or a
something, yeah.
graffiti artist or something like that, and then you branch out a little further after that. You know what I mean? Because I started rhyming, then I started making beats, and then I started engineering it.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Really?
I didn't know you rhymed first and then made beats. I thought it was the other
Well,
way
actually, you
around.
know what? It was more so I DJ. That was what
Okay.
I did first. I wanted to,
Yeah.
I was deep, but it was DJ and I mean, I wrote a rhyme, but a long time ago in the closet, man, at my mom's crib with my boombox and shit, like, because I wanted to, everybody did that.
They wanted to.
Everybody
man.
did that,
Yeah.
But like when I really got into it, it was DJ and then making beats, and I wanted to be the producer rhymer. You know what I'm
You
saying?
was always ahead of your time. You always had an old soul.
Yeah, yeah.
You felt like
so-
the older brother in the crew when we was young. Even though you had older brothers, like you was an older brother to us.
Yeah, yeah. I just
Okay.
want, just try to keep the technical shit going. So,
Yeah.
but as far as, so the element is MCing. So we got MCs in the crib, man. Just something real quick. Frank, give me your top 5 MCs right off top. Bam.
Tupac.
Pac.
Tupac, Keith Murray, Mos Def, Common, and Kweli.
He got a nice. Keith Murray though. I ain't heard Keith, man.
Peace to the God.
He tried you hear his last album.
Nah, I didn't, but he was he's like the main reason why I even started picking up the pen and
That's
pad.
what I was gonna ask you, man. What made you start rhyming? I'm glad you said that.
Man,
Keith Murray?
Yeah, my
When
older
to stand
brother.
on top of the Lexus, you know what I mean?
See, that was before
That
me,
was
but I
before
went
you,
back
yeah,
and
yeah,
still seen it.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And years later, I actually had a chance to meet dude and see his shows live, and it was
That's
just
what's up.
dope. He had the energy.
Yeah, I never
man.
got to see him.
I did too.
Missed him
At the
Yeah.
rave.
But when
Did
you
you?
talk about lyrics, he had it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Keith Murray was one of my.
Y'all mythological niggas.
That's why I was gonna ask you, man. What made you start rhyming, man?
Keith Murray, Enigma album. Yep, that was it.
was up.
96. It was
I
beautiful.
bought that on cassette.
It was beautiful.
The
man.
intro was so hard. Down with Eric Sherman and Redman. Word is born. Peace to the God.
Yeah, hey, Def Squad was always dope. This other since so far as MCing, since I got 2 MCs in the house, I asked both of y'all real quick. How do you like to start a song, with the beat, or do you start it a cappella, no beat?
It depends. I've done both.
Yeah, I know.
I'm dead ass. Like
Yeah,
I've done
but-
both. Like it just depends. Like if I'm at like when I used to work, I'll be at the job. I ain't got no music around, but I have an idea. I just start penning right away.
Yeah,
But if I'm at the crib, got the studio.
yeah.
I'm searching through beats. It hit. I'm like,
Find the
oh,
vibe.
there you go.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Dari? What you like to do?
I just jot shit down. All my shit really be a cappella, like without a beat.
Yeah,
Because some of my rhymes and my verses, when I get to the studio, I write so much with no beat
yeah.
that when I spit it to a beat, a certain part of it will be off beat.
Well, yeah, you got to
So I
make
have
it fit
to
to the beat. Yeah,
I have to throw another lyric in, or I got to do an effect to it. You know what I'm saying? And it usually balances out.
or you take words out, put words
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Shit like
But I
that.
write every day, like maniacally.
This the other thing I want to talk about with MCs too, man. Is for me, I like hard bars. Like you were saying, like cats want to label you as a conscious, but then you really listen to like other shit.
Right.
Like, so for me, cats think of me in a certain light, man. But like, I really like hard fucking bars. Yo, like MOP, fucking Conway.
You
I
said
like
that
Gum.
already,
Yeah, I like that shit, man. But I don't like it all the time.
Right.
Like I won't listen to that shit all the time because you just kind of get overload of death,
true
kill,
indeed.
gun bar,
When
drugs
you talk
and
about
shit.
that too much, I tune it out. Like,
Yeah,
all right,
I
whatever,
just
man.
like
That's like
But
having
that's the
one
same thing too
emotion
for
all the
conscious
time.
stuff too.
But same thing
a
for
lot
that,
of cats,
too.
They
Yeah.
like, yo, you don't like this new album? And I'm like, sometimes I think a lot of these artists try to,
They
say
try to-
too
try
many
to-
big words.
yeah.
And it's just like, all right, man, whatever. Dude. Yeah, it's over my head. I'm done.
You killed my vocabulary, son, for real. Yeah. So that's how I try to listen to, like, hard bars and shit like that, man. So sometimes, I try to think of a balance. So what do you think about maintaining that balance between substance or just like rhyming, going hard? Because I remember when we did the Gutter Life, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to get you to do a song. We did it was one song. I was like, dog, I need you to just spit some bars, man. Like just going at these cats. And I can't remember the name of the song, but you did it. And it
The
was
last
dope.
song.
The last song
yeah,
we
you
did on the
talking
album.
about,
Yeah,
who I am. Or
Yeah.
something, or who am I? Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you try to? Because when I listen to your music, is just about every song it got some jewels and some shit in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, over the years, I basically realized, like, I became apathetic to like always trying to preach about stuff.
Yeah.
So in essence, I stopped. So now it's like I'm just telling somebody what I feel. You know what I'm saying? If they connect to it, it's like, all right, cool. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of jewels in there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like this is what I really feel.
It's not
right now.
overwhelming.
Like an artist that like my man put me on to years ago when I was living in LA was Master Ace.
Yeah.
And
That's
he,
ancient.
he had a song called Beautiful, but on that album he really wasn't like barring people to death. It was just like, okay, whatever. It was smooth, but it was just like, damn, I can vibe.
Yeah.
Yo,
And if that's what happens, that's what happens.
Yeah.
I want to be honest with you. Now that you brought him up, it might be the Henny. But y'all resemble each other a little. Word is
Master
born.
Ace.
Yeah.
Drunk, dog. That's
Yeah, that's the Henny.
Word.
Yeah. And that's that word. Yeah.
No, for real though. Like in my mind, I'm not just.
Yeah.
For
I
real,
get you though.
I can see it though.
Yeah.
I like
get
the
you.
simplistic approach, though, to be honest, man, all jokes aside, like when it
Just
comes to
simple.
writing stuff, because I look at it like how I like stuff. I like stuff to be simple. I don't,
Yeah.
early on, I wanted to be the most complex, lyrical dude.
I think we talked about that at a point when we worked on the album
that
too.
was it,
man,
but now
was,
it's like, let me just be simple, man. I don't
Because
have to be complex.
I like, for me, I like to hear. So, because I'm gonna speak from a fan's perspective, because I don't do music no more. Y'all still do music. I don't do that and shit, no more. I'm a fan now. So, I think of it as like I want to hear the substance. You know what I mean? But I don't want it to be overwhelming and shit. Like
Yep.
I don't want it to be like that. I don't want you to be trying to use all these fucking big words on me, man.
Yep.
Like I don't want you
I'm
to do
finna
that.
fuck a lot of niggas up then if that's the case, my
I
nigga.
don't
Like,
want to,
because you
man.
kind of alienate an
You
audience.
alienate an audience,
You know
true
what I'm saying?
indeed.
Shit.
But unless
I'm trying to alienate you. That's why I'm hitting you with
I mean,
these words. I'm
yeah,
I'm an alien, my nigga.
if it's your style, it's your style. I ain't saying that, but what I'm saying is for like I said, for a fan perspective, from me personally, like I want to hear some substance, and I want it to make me feel. But I
No,
like it to
word.
be. What I was trying to get is I like it to be more true stories, because like I think I used to tell you, it could be a true story. Don't nobody know except you.
Yep.
Don't nobody know
Real
that
shit.
except you.
Yeah.
I've heard this song from this cat, and I called. I said, "Dog, that's a true ass story." I know.
Right.
Yeah, he was like,
No
"Yeah,
doubt.
it is, dog." Yeah, I know it is, because I know I can hear it. It's the feeling in the song that you get from it when you listen to it, and the way it's mixed, and the way that was my shit, man. I mixed it. I put a lot of feeling into it.
Yeah.
So you bring that shit out. So
Soul on wax.
what you think, Dar? How you figure more substance? How you feel about that?
Man, I think about that shit a lot when I do my own shit.
How to balance it out? You know what I mean? Between
Yeah.
just like straight bars or just really trying to drop some jewels in there.
I got a line where I say, so when I talk to you, I'm always gonna drop a jewel. And from the youth, I'm never too far removed. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it's the same cliche shit when niggas be like, I don't want to be preachy and shit. It's like that. It's just whatever comes out naturally. Like, I describe my style like a UFO landing in the ghetto.
Yeah.
So, big words and you in the hood. And you balance it out. You're not
gotta
going
yeah.
I think Malcolm X said something like, a ill nigga basically could take the most complex shit and break it down in a simple form.
Break it down in
where you're
simple
not
terms.
going over a nigga's head.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to be able to.
And I think it's up to my own, like, I think for my own entertainment and my own personal narcissism, I'm going to push the lyrical limit. Like
All the
talking
way.
about black holes and shit like that and horizon,
Yeah.
like universal shit, like, but could still bring it down to earth to where a nigga on the bus stop that's hustling, or a nigga from Washington High School,
yeah.
or a nigga on the north side in Brown Deer, you know what I'm saying, could relate to it.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, you got to have that balance, man.
Yeah.
As a fan, but sometimes, like you said, dog, sometimes I might just cut off all the way, dog, and I start listening to dance hall. And I just give up on rap, man.
That's a fact too.
Well, yeah, I
just be like, man,
need to
okay.
recharge.
Yeah, I'm
That's
like,
all.
okay, I'm tired right now, man.
But
Yo,
one
can I
album
say-
that always
I
get
got
me in
enough
mode.
bars to fill up for, man,
Right.
damn.
When I feel like that, I'm not even gonna lie to you. One album that kind of like hits my reset button and I'm back in chill mode or whatever is by Dom Kennedy from the
Okay.
West Side with Love 2. Whenever people
Okay.
hear me like
I'm gonna have to put that
my
on.
lady or whatever hears me, riding to that, she knows like, okay, something went on and he just mellowing out and he just gonna be chill. And that album always just like does it for me. Dom Kennedy.
That kind of leads into the main topic of what we're gonna get into is growing older in hip hop, man.
Okay.
Because we kind of been, talking about it a little bit there, as far as like from the MC perspective of, trying to write rhymes and trying to, have that balance of, do you really trying to make some industry commercial success, or are you really just trying to spit what you feel? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, it kind of talk about the struggle of that, like, of how to, because I think we had actually talked about, getting older and having some kind of self-doubt in yourself because you're getting older in hip-hop. Because like I said before, it's starting to be a young man's thing, you know what I mean? And I think we said something before, but what Rakim say, Dari, about Bar?
Age don't count in the booth, long as your flow stays submerged in the fountain of youth.
Yeah, so like,
you know what I'm saying?
As long as your bars is dope, it don't matter how old you are.
Yeah, and it really don't. Like, for me, I went through the self-doubt phase. You know, periodically from time to time I go through the self-doubt phase, but that was because I didn't really, define for myself what I really wanted. You know, early on, it was like, okay, I thought, okay, man, in 5 years, this is going to happen. I'm going to get signed. I'm going to take off this way, and then all this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
And it didn't pan out that way, so it was like I got jaded, and then it was just like, wow, I got to go back to that 9 to 5. I got to go back to punching that clock. I got to go back to hearing people say, oh, man, he that, conscious dude, book bag rapper. And I'm like, nah, man. So now it's just like, I just do it for me, but in a sense where I realize money can be made in today's world, especially with technology, what I'm saying? Like, but at first I didn't know how I was actually going to do that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
how you was going to make that happen.
Yeah. So now it's a perfect balance for me where it's like I can make anything I want, put it out the way I want, and then
technology, baby.
Build people, little by little. Because I was that dude going around for years, with the CDs and then
hustling CDs and shit.
That also was hard for me too to make that change. Like, damn, how am I gonna hustle something? You know what I'm saying? That's not physical anymore. So that goes back to your question about how can people get the CDs or the album, and am I gonna still have physical copies and stuff? And it's like, nah. But with social media, shit, people they checking for you if you create that demand.
Yeah, you got to create that demand. What about you, Dari, man? How you feel about that? About getting older in hip hop, man? From an MC perspective or from a fan perspective, how do you feel about it, man? Like getting older in hip hop and rap and trying to keep up with it and You
know what? If it's like I'm getting older in life naturally.
Well, yeah, that's just natural.
Yeah, and I express myself in life, and if hip-hop is part of the expression of life, then I'm going to keep doing it until I'm old and gone. Therefore, it has no age to me. You know what I'm saying? You can't put a limit on artistry. You don't tell a motherfucker to stop painting when they get a certain age.
Hell no.
You don't tell a motherfucker to stop baking when they get a certain age.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? So I do it for my own personal psychological release. Yeah. It's like busting a nut. Whether you masturbate or you have physical contact with a female, or for a female, contact with a male.
Yeah.
It has to come out somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So whether the world hears it or not, I'm recording it.
You're going to do it anyway, yeah.
And most of the time, strangers love it more than the people around me.
Yeah.
And that hurts, but it humbles you.
Yeah, I mean, because music is all about, it's about opinion and,
right,
feel, as we said.
Because the people you feel you closest to, you over they fucking head.
They might not like your shit.
And I'm not being egotistical.
They might not like your shit.
Right, that's true. But
that's,
it's nothing wrong with that.
It ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know what? You absolutely right. Because some niggas is like, they just locked in that trap zone. And these are my friends that are like my brothers. But my music will hurt their ears, son.
Yeah, when you in the trap zone, man, it's hard to get out of.
Like, but then
my brother, dog. Let me tell you, when my brother moved to Atlanta, Marksy in Atlanta,
yep.
Dog, he got stuck in the trap zone for a little while, dog.
Well, he back now.
Yeah, he had to go on trap rehab, dog. Like, yeah,
trap rehab.
Yeah, he went on trap
son.
rehab. He was like, man,
that's the new shit.
He's like, dog, you gotta send me some new music, dog. I'm on trap rehab, dog.
Is that a new category, B?
But I also think it's a beautiful thing, man, on one hand, to grow, because it's a lane for everything. I mean, it really is. Like, emotion. Because it was some years, for us growing up where we listened to stuff that, the older peers was like, why y'all listening to that?
It transferred.
So that's why, what a lot of critics may say is mumble rap and stuff. I may not connect to it, but I know this younger generation connect to it.
That's kind of what we talked about in the last episode.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
They like it.
That's it.
Like when Joey D was here, man, he was, it was him and his son, and he was like, some of that shit, man, whack. But he like,
It's
but
relative.
he was like, but some other people listen to it and he be like, that shit hot.
Yeah.
And he like, all right, I guess.
And then some young kids, they look at, the stuff we like, in the golden era, and they like, that's whack.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
But that's why I'm like, I don't even judge
we
anymore.
talked about too on that episode too is about younger cats going to go back to study, the older stuff.
And that's
you know
something
what
that
I
I
mean?
do all the time because I don't claim to know everything about hip hop.
No, hell
I'm
no.
like, I don't
Me
know
neither.
it, you
I
know?
don't either. That's why I
respect them.
I don't know everything.
They laid the foundation for me to even be able to do this. So I can't
right.
sit here and be like, oh, I'm better than, or it's just like, nah, like
Never.
Yeah, so for me as a fan though, I know now I'm a fan, like the older in hip hop. I think the shit is dope, man, because I get to see all we were saying, all the golden era cats, they still rocking, man.
yeah, I heard that.
You know
on
what I
the thing,
mean?
Yeah.
They rocking in their 40s.
Yeah.
They rocking close to 50. You
And
know
that
what
was,
I mean?
That was something Keith Murray told me though, man, years ago. He
Yeah.
said, keep telling your stories because the stories is what's gonna last. It's not the BS. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when people say, it's a young man's game, it's only a young man's game for the moment because that's what pop culture
That's what
dictates.
pop culture, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
right,
But you can
right.
still have your lane. I just wanted to go through a few cats, man, that's still rocking. That KRS-One 53,
Okay.
Redman 48.
Okay.
He dropping Muddy Waters 2 like soon.
Okay.
Ghostface 48. Styles 44.
This is 48.
Black Thought 47.
I never
Okay.
look
Jay-Z
at niggas'
49.
age.
Right.
Nas 45.
Yeah.
Like these cats
Peace to the
still
God.
rocking, man.
Yeah.
And they still doing their thing
Yeah.
and still spitting bars.
But do you know what the common theme is with them all that you name?
What is it?
They all have the ability to still tell real stories
Real story.
without that bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The bullshit, yeah.
Dope
it-
MCs.
it's
they ain't have to
there,
have no
but-
gimmicks. They ain't have to have no bullshit.
Because when you grew up, when you come from that element, like Nas, he from Queensbridge, it's always with you when you leave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to go, like, you don't have to live there again to do another Illmatic. Just the fact that you made the first Illmatic means that
That's when you
it'll
grew up.
always
Yeah,
live
it's
with
always
you.
there.
So therefore, you could do a Stillmatic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's in your heart, man. You carry that shit with you across the world. And no matter how old you get, those in so-called power will still look at you a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. So I look at it like that, man. For me, as a fan, I think it's dope because I get to still hear all my old school golden era cats, and I get to get some of the newer cats and the younger cats that's coming up in the game. So
Yeah.
I think on the horizon right now, though, man, the next album I'm checking for, I think come out next week. Apollo Brown and Joel Ortiz got an album.
That's not my lane. So
and then
I might
Dave
miss it.
East, and then Dave East and Styles P got an album.
Okay.
Oh, shit. I need to hear that.
Yes, that come out October 5th or whatever. It's in first week or two of October. So, like, that's kind
I
of
connect more with Styles.
yeah. Styles like
What got me,
Styles
like-
one of my top 5 MCs. So
What
I'll
got
tell
me
you right now.
hooked up or listening to the East Cat is he was on Nipsey Hussle. Like when I say
Dave
I was heavy on like Nipsey, like dead ass. Like Nipsey's Slauson Boy 2 had Dave East on there, and that's when I was like, yo, who is this cat?
Okay. Yeah, the Styles he in one of my top 5 MCs, man.
Dumb
Like,
nice. He my favorite out the locks.
out the lot. Yeah,
Then
most
Jada.
definitely. Yeah.
I love both of them.
Yeah.
Styles,
But
though.
Styles, because, that, like you said, hard bars, gun bars, go to him. Hey, one song,
But he dropped,
Super
but I'm
Gangsta.
just saying though. But Styles though, he dropped Street Jewels,
A
dog.
gangster and a gentleman.
Dog,
That's the Bruce Wayne and the Batman.
Because
You know
when
what
I
I'm
listen to
saying?
him, it's like that. You listen to music that make you feel like that's how I grew up. I grew up in the
Exactly.
hood. I grew up around hood niggas, and we did all of that stuff. And when you sit back and you listen to a cat rhyme about you,
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
yeah, nigga, like,
He
yeah.
said, yeah.
Dog, I was listening to, what the hell was I listening to? When I was doing some research for the episode. Let's do that, man. Main topic, man, of this shit. 1996, yo.
Okay.
Because I was listening to what you got?
I gotta say something, man. I don't mean to fuck nothing up, but I've been holding it for a long time, my nigga.
Oh, the bathroom.
I gotta hit the joint. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta take a break for this nigga, son.
And then it's like, like a half
said,
hour,
I've been holding it.
hour
I
ago.
said, I've
I'm
been
like, they
holding
got the
it for a
cameras in front of the
long
door
time,
and shit.
son.
I don't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I truly apologize, my nigga. I held it for a long time.
It's all good.
Don't stop now, homie, this is what they really feel. All they want is someone honest to tell their story. Not that shit that they see on the evening news. You like a modern day Langston Hughes. For the hood, motherfuckers really pay they dues. Tell them Frank about our cement blue.
All right, we back, y'all. After we had to take a break. Since Mr. Dari over there had to take a piss and shit. And all that good stuff. So.
Oh, indeed.
But thank you for allowing us to have a bathroom break because I needed to piss too, so I guess.
Yeah, sure
It
indeed.
was right
Yeah.
on time. So, but let's get back to the main topic of this episode. 1996. Was it the dopest year in rap? Because for me, I think it was the height of the golden era. There's a lot of dope albums that came out that year. Classics, like all the way I'm just gonna go through like just the dope ones, and then I'm gonna break it down, and we'll get into everybody's individual just dope albums of that year. You know what I'm saying? Because 96, I was 18.
Yeah, I was 10.
You was 10. Yeah, so yeah, that was
The intro for
that
me.
was your intro.
Yeah.
That was when you went back and did some studying.
Yep.
So for me, I was 18, just graduated high school in 96.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man.
And that was on 13. What was we just talking about, Dari? On 13, it's still, we still feel like we on 13.
Shout
we
out
just
to
got
Fed.
our own shit now.
Know
You know what I'm saying? Because
St.
we was
Paul,
doing this
what
shit,
up?
dog, when we was like 16, 17 years old. We was doing this shit.
Okay.
All kind of shit.
Young legends in the
Yeah,
making.
man, graffiti pieces and all that shit. So,
Yes, sir. Catacomb.
so at 96, I was 18. So, and this year, what was you going to say?
No, well, I'm 39 right now, so in 96, how old was I? Because my math is all fucked
Yeah,
up. I don't know.
I don't know when you're 17, I guess,
Oh, yeah,
18.
we was
you know,
around the same
We
age.
was all the same age.
Right, okay,
nigga,
well,
shit. I mean,
I was trying to be all precise and shit.
yeah, like I was
Round the
300,
same,
I was
nigga, round the
376 months. Like he was a baby and shit. My baby's 77 months.
1 years old. Niggas be like 1 years
Yeah.
old.
With
Word?
the S, like, okay.
My baby's 17 months. No, your baby 1.
Yeah.
And that's what your baby is.
Word up.
But for the dope albums that year, 96, man, let's see what we have. Tupac, All Eyes on Me came out that year.
Yep.
That was dope. Fuji's The Score. Mad Skills From Where, that shit was dope. Busta Rhymes, The Coming. Who else was on there? Master P, The Ice Cream Man.
Classic material.
Dog, that's what I'm saying. Who else? MC Breed, To The Beat, y'all.
The Roots.
Hold on. Shaheem, The Lost Generation. Too Short, Getting It. Who else was on here? A Cool G Rap, that rated Triple X. That shit was dope.
Fire.
Helter Skelter, The Nocturnal.
Yep.
Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt.
Yep.
I mean, that right there. I mean, De La Soul, Stakes is High. Hold on. Nas, It Was Written.
Yep.
Came out that year. Tribe Called Quest, Beats, Rhymes, and Life. That year. 96. This all 96 now, y'all. This all night. UGK, Riding Dirty. This all 96. Remember that. Outkast, AT Aliens.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. Who else we had that day? Razzcast, All on Ice. Came out that year. Exhibit, At the Speed of Life.
Talking about West Coast Exhibit?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah,
okay.
we was
Yeah.
banging
That was
that,
his first
prior to
album.
this recording.
Okay.
We were
This
just listening.
evening. Know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
that was during my research, for
Yeah,
sure.
Okay. I
who
bought
else?
it on cassette.
Yeah,
Peace
hey.
to the God.
Sam
Yeah.
Goody or Music Land?
Probably Sam Goody.
Okay.
On the
Who
road.
else that? Ghostface, Iron Man. This
Talking
ni-
about that as well.
This 96, yo. OGC, The Storm. Just think, though, this 96, but you know what came out that year? LL Cool J, All World Greatest Hits. He had greatest hits in 96, B.
He already was 10 years of the game.
What else the other album? Tupac, The Don Illuminati, The 7 Day Theory came out that year. He had 2 number 1 albums that year. They was both number 1. They both had the highest first week sales.
What was the one before that?
All Eyes on Me.
All Eyes on Me.
Man.
What else came after that? Eminem Infinite.
For real?
96.
Yo, that's crazy.
Because he dropped his first shit after that, right? 97. The Slim Shady LP.
I thought that was like 99.
I don't know.
I could be off.
I think that's right. Because MTV and all that. I think
Foxy
that's correct.
Brown, Ill Nana. That was her first shit, I believe. Mobb Deep, Hell on Earth. Keith Murray, Enigma.
Oh, yeah.
96.
Yep.
3-6 Mafia, Chapter 1. And Redman, Muddy Waters. So that's 96. I mean, that's why I was saying, I was like, we got to do a show like that. 96.
Okay.
That was a dope ass year,
Hey,
man.
yeah.
Fucking albums, B.
It was a great mixture on there, man.
That was a dope ass year, man. So, I mean, it's hard to pick, but I can. Hip hop takes me back to, it gives me a feeling, a vibe. Like we just always say, it's about a feeling, it's about a vibe. And when I think about a lot of those albums from that year, I think it takes me back to what I was doing at that time, how I felt, what I was going through, what I was listening to. And I'm going to tell you, man, my favorite album of that year, I mean, it was a lot of dope ones. For that year, I was just say the soundtrack of that year for me, man, was Fugees' The Score, Jay-Z,
Okay.
Reasonable Doubt. That shit was in there. It was written.
Okay, I was gonna say you was gonna disagree with me if I didn't hear you say that, because
Well, it was written.
I've said in various barbershop, conversations.
Hold on, listen, I want to hear it because I think I know what you're gonna say.
I've
Go ahead.
always said, and it's no knock to Jay, but I've always said Reasonable Doubt was not that album in comparison to It Was Written. Like, It Was Written was the shit.
Yeah, yes,
you couldn't tell me, Reasonable Doubt was better than It Was Written, because to me it was the feel. And then
it was the feel of it, the vibe of it. Yeah,
man. And I understand it was Jay-Z's first album. I get it, because everybody's first album, it was
his
just
first
putting
album.
it out. Because I didn't like, Illmatic at first.
I didn't either because I still think I'm okay. So I'm gonna ask you, since you're new to the show, what's your favorite one, Illmatic or It Was Written?
It Was Written.
That's what I'm talking about, son. Give me that
All
right
day.
there. Yes.
I've been saying that. Like, yeah, that's me. Like, It Was
You're
Written.
outnumbered over there, Dari, today.
Understood.
I think people get caught up in the hype, though. You know what I'm saying? If they hear a majority of people say, like, oh, this is better, then they're going to, side with that. And I'm like, nah. For me that year, I'm going to take It Was Written, and, of course, Enigma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because Keith Murray.
Like, Enigma was the album, man, that made me, like, literally go home and try to write a rhyme, with a dictionary. Like, Enigma was just it. Like, it was like, yo.
Keith Murray he was one of them cats, he said, like, the words, and it was, I remember, I remember him from when he first came out, because that's, I was old enough to listen to it at that time.
Okay.
And when he came out, man, wasn't nobody spitting like he was saying, like, I guess, bigger words.
Yeah.
But he wasn't saying them in like trying to kick a spit knowledge. He was just saying it like
yo, this
bars.
Fit. Yeah,
He made it cool.
Yeah, he was just putting them in as like bars.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I take it back too. I'm also throwing All Eyes on Me on there, because I had a conversation with a passenger yesterday, and they asked me, like, who would I take, Biggie or Pac? And I said Pac. And the reason why Pac is number one to me over Biggie,
I agree,
is because the body of work from every aspect.
Yes, sir.
You got to
know what I'm
include
saying?
body of work, because you can't just put out one album and be like,
And I'm not even talking. I'm not even
But
talking
it
about
gotta
like
be
his
more.
acting career and nothing like that. I'm just talking
No, I'm
about
just
like
talking
when
about
you
the
listen
music.
to the music.
Yeah.
It's like we can party with him. He can kick some conscious stuff. He can kick that, you know what I'm saying, hit him up, or thug stuff, whatever you want to. And I'm like, that's why I always put him up. So those 3 albums for me in 96. No disrespect to the Fugees, because, they had their place as well. The same thing with Outkast, UGK, of course, Master P,
Ice Cream, man.
Man,
yo.
like,
Let
yo.
me tell you, man, 96, 13th and Act, Milwaukee, 53206.
Lit.
Ice Cream, man. I mean, the cats we was kicking it with in the hood, I mean, that was the soundtrack. I mean, I was listening to my Redman, and we was listening to all of that, the Wu-Tang, and we was listening to all of that stuff. But where I grew up at and the people I hung around with, it was Master P, Ice Cream Man.
Yeah.
When that shit came out, Swamp Niggas, stuff like that, man, we was all in the bar, dog, and little hood bar stewards and shit. On like 14.
Man.
But that's what I'm saying. Give me the feeling, dog. Make me remember
Goosebumps.
the times, yeah, when I hung out and listened to that stuff. You know what I mean? What was your dark? What would you think was your shit from that year? What was some dope albums from that year for you? Pull it up. You ain't got it?
No, definitely. It was written in the Fugees. You know what I'm saying?
The Score.
Yeah, that's what make me remember them times the most. Cause I was like, I had a heavy crush on Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
When the joint dropped.
Yeah.
A real crush. Like I used to dream about her and shit. And it's funny how you grow out of that. You know what I'm saying? But I had them times, just like it's still with her forever with Lisa, Saved by the Bell. But anyway, that Fuji La shit I heard on the mixtape. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was a rap. And then it was dope how she got with Nas for It Was Written.
Man, with that, If I Ruled the World, man, come on. Man.
Yeah. It was dope that
Alignment.
I think it was 2009 or 10 that he actually decided to open up for her when she was making her return back.
I remember
When
that.
she was coming back on tour.
Yeah. It was dope. Like that was a dope night down at the Congress Theater in Chicago. Yeah.
What was the other album for me, man? Exhibit, At the Speed of Life. For me, I think that year, man, I probably listened to that album more than anything.
For real? Why? The feeling?
It was the feeling of it, man. Like
was it hardcore?
It was for me. It was life stories.
Okay.
You could tell he was like spitting his heart on that shit.
He's a warrior, fam.
Yeah, he was like really spitting his heart on that shit, dog. He had a song about his son and shit, man.
I'm gonna go back and
dog, he
download
had a song.
Foundation.
Yeah, dog, that shit, dog, At the Speed of Life. I mean, it's hard for me, man. That might have been I don't know. It Was Written was dope, though, man. Damn. That Exhibit, though, At the Speed of Life, if you ain't never really listened to go back
I'm gonna go back and listen to it. That's why I was like, okay.
Yeah, like he got a song on there with the Alcoholics. You know, he goes to his Liquid Crew, man. Alcoholics, King T, all them cats, man. So, no, go ahead for now. Diamond, he had some shit on there with Diamond D, you know. So, he had East Coast stuff, too. But just what he was talking about, it was, you know, the vibe and the feel of it. Plus, he was from the West Coast, you know. I don't know. I think I was supposed to be a West Coast dude at some point, man, in my life.
You could have been in the licks, though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
All
like,
y'all, bro, like the whole.
But you know, one of them
what I'm
cats was
saying?
from Ohio. He was from the Midwest. I forgot which one it was.
For real?
Tash or
I ain't know that
he's from
shit.
Ohio. One of them was
I
from
just
LA.
think West Coast. you know
Yeah,
what I'm
one
saying?
was from LA. One of the cats was from the Midwest. And it was another. I forgot the other one. So yeah, but yeah, that might have been, man. Exhibit
Okay.
At the Speed of Light, but Muddy Waters. I don't know, man.
that's
AT
another one.
Aliens.
That's-
Dude,
that-
AT Aliens, because that's what, like I said, in Milwaukee, we listen to everything. AT Aliens might have been. I could listen to that shit right now.
Yeah,
Facts.
still bang. Yeah.
Yeah.
I use that album for a lot of reference tracks when I mix songs. I use that album.
Isn't that kind of cheating though? Because I mean that's damn near perfect, man. Like you can't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nigga, hell yeah, I'm trying to cheat.
That's an ill way to look at it, though.
Hell yeah, I'm trying to cheat. Shit. Albums I use AT Aliens. I used to use that for reference tracks. I used to use Dr. Dre, The Chronic.
Okay.
Still use that old school shit. And what was the other one I used? Those are my two main albums I used for reference tracks when I mixed.
That's crazy. I
Yeah.
wish I would have knew that when I was recording. Man. I would have went in there with a different mind frame, man.
But I like the old, I like that sound.
Okay.
So, but AT Aliens, man, that shit was dope. The Ghostface, the Iron Man, for me. We was talking about that in the car, man, when he was spitting out. Like, Cass didn't even know what the hell Ghost was talking about.
Yeah.
You remember Iron Man?
I remember the cover.
Yeah.
Like I remember that shit. Like,
Go back and listen to it again.
is that the one where he had that that song about if she leave him or whatever? Also on it was like a little ballad, but it was dope.
Had the R&B singer feature on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a later album. Damn.
Okay.
But I know what you're talking about.
Go back to
though,
Iron
damn.
Man. That shit was dope too.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
So,
definitely.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So I don't know. I wouldn't have like you picked Pac, man. I know you said Pac is one of your favorite.
Of course. Yeah.
I don't know Pac.
You don't know what? What are you
He
trying
not
to say?
for me, man. He not.
He not?
Nah. He not, man.
Man, okay. You entitled to that.
I
You
know. I like him. He has some dope shit, and
I'm just saying it
Let
from
me
my
ask you something,
standpoint.
then. Okay, so you saying that just from a musical perspective.
musical perspective.
So what about for the plight of us? What do you think?
What you mean?
Just what he stood for us, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I
even
said-
though he had the darkness and the light and all that shit that people talk about, he a contradiction. Humanity is a contradiction.
That's why I don't pay no attention to that.
Okay.
That's why I was saying,
I
like,
pay
from
attention to the music.
a standpoint, you know, of an artist, like, he told stories that, for me,
I listen to the stories and the music and stuff like that.
That's why I connected so deep with
but
it,
like
you know?
the personal life, I don't. For me, I separate. I guess I don't even separate it because I don't care. Like a lot of times, unless you just on some straight up bullshit, man. You know what I mean? You know, you all in the news on just some straight up bullshit.
Yeah, I ain't
Other
talking
than
about that shit. I'm talking about
other
just
than
the
that,
music
I
alone.
listen to the music, man.
Right.
The music alone,
I listen to the
like,
music.
man,
That's why I
what
did
do
this
you
podcast,
think could keep your
dog,
head up?
Go there.
Because niggas
that's
ain't
why I did
making
the
that
music.
today.
to keep your head up, to live and die in L.A.
Some niggas
Like,
might think if you play that now, it's corny.
Yeah, they do.
That's
Yeah.
fucked up, son.
It might happen that way.
You
yeah.
watch that video, how powerful that shit is now? Like, look, Pac was 25 when he died. So, however old I was, obviously I was quite younger, but
Right.
he felt so much fucking older. Because
Right.
he had an old soul, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, niggas ain't making no keep your head up today. Like, the shit now that they play is just like, it's so bogus.
But it's so
you know
much.
you doing wrong.
But it's so much. I mean, cats. I mean,
I'm just talking about radio.
Right.
yeah,
If
radio.
you got
yeah,
the opportunity to talk to the whole
but you
world.
don't have the opportunity to do that when you're
don't.
trying to be on the radio.
Yeah.
Right.
It's all about numbers right
They're
now.
not playing on the
Money.
radio. Yeah.
Period. You know what's crazy with
They're not
that
playing
with
on
that
the
whole
radio.
thing, Darby? Like,
You ain't gonna hear
Positivity is
Method
not
Man and
selling.
Mary J. Blige, dog. All I need is you. Not gonna hear on the radio no more.
Positivity
No,
is
like
not
on
selling,
on a lunch mix, you might hear it.
but it's still not selling like on a
But you
big
remember
scale.
back when that came out? That shit actually
Yeah.
got played on the radio.
For sure.
No, that's not
that's
no
what it
more.
was. It was about that.
Yeah,
you know
not
what I'm
no
saying? It's not no more.
Not no more.
Not no more. Ignorance rules now.
But that's only
It
because
has
right,
been made fashionable.
that's only because that dictates to their bottom line in other realms and other aspects of business. Because the
Right.
more ignorant people are, the more crime, you know, they presume more crime is going to happen. With more crime, they can lock more people up. The prison industrial complex is a business. So with all of these prisons becoming privatized and having the guaranteed minimums, that's why they pushing that shit. Now, if
Yeah.
the prisons was to be like, yo, we gonna, let everybody out and, we don't want this, that, and the third, the whole, the shift in the music scene would change. You wouldn't see as much, bullshit. You'll see something else.
Well, yeah. The music would, a lot of the music would change.
But yeah, that's
'Cause
why
the
they
music
push that
reflect, If the music reflect, it reflect what's going on
Yeah.
out in the streets and the way, people feeling, at the time. Like in '96, them albums that came out that year, that was the way cats was feeling that year and what they was talking about and what they was doing. And, there's a lot of cats, as they debut albums,
Yeah.
So
It was so advanced too. Like certain things you can go back to and be like, damn, you could play this now, or it sounds like they just wrote this. As far as certain, concepts and shit like that.
on Nas, it was written.
Yeah.
When we talking about the gun.
Exactly. I gave you power.
I gave you power,
Yeah,
right?
man.
Like that
Shit
song
like
is
that.
relevant.
Yeah.
Like
right
that
now to
Bun
this
B
day.
track is a modern day version of that.
It is.
It's conceptual. And what's dope about that track is it's a black cop, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's so fucking dope. It's a nigga, and then it's a black cop. And the black cop is trying to look out for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this was a song on Bun B album we was listening to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called.
I'm gonna go back and listen to
it's
Bun
called-
B. I'm gonna go back and listen to the other joint by Exhibit. Those two albums I'm
Speed
riding to
Life.
tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's Speed of Life. You got two good ones.
I
to
got two
listen.
good ones to ride to tonight.
Hey, look, that's the golden era. I'm glad put you on to some new shit. I'm glad y'all came through, man.
No doubt, for
the episode. Like I said, check us out, goldenerapodcast.com. IG, Golden Era Podcast.
Dari Blue Star.
That's what's up, Frank. Where you at?
Yeah, FrankieFlowersMusic.com. Frank Flowers MKE on all social media. And yeah.
That's what's up, man. So, for everybody who thought of 1996 as a dope year, I thought 96 was a dope year. I hope y'all thought it was a dope year. If not, go back, check out some of them albums. Frank gonna go back and check out At the Speed of Life. He got 2 on his homework tonight.
Yo.
You know what I mean? So go back, check them out. 96. Let us know in the comments. You know what I mean? Send an email, whatever. What was your dope albums from that year? 96. So peace. This is the Golden Era Podcast. I will holla at y'all next time. Yeah.
You don't understand the things we be. You don't understand the things we see. Hey, night, dog, this shit ain't on TV screens. It's that real life, dog. This ain't part of no dreams. Fuck. My niggas ain't saving for college. My niggas ain't paying they bills. My niggas stressing, dog, all day. My niggas is ill. You don't know what the fuck we gotta go through here. I'm just trying to get it poppin', nigga. I'm just trying to hit the islands, nigga. I'm just trying to do more shopping, nigga. Don't label me no conscious, nigga. Don't ask me about no conscious shit. Don't ask me about no politics. It's all set up, ain't shit change. Hunger Games, it's fucking obvious. I'm focused on that flying spur. White on white, cream interior. They ain't even worried about us. They think black lives inferior. But I ain't here to talk about that. These niggas wanna hear me brag. I'm only talking about fucking facts. It's simple math, my nigga. Can't you add? You don't understand the things we be. You don't understand the things we see. Hey, night, dog, this shit ain't on TV screens. It's that real life, dog. This ain't part of no dreams. Fuck. My niggas ain't saving for college. My niggas ain't paying they bills. My niggas stressing, dog, all day. My niggas is ill. You don't know what the fuck we gotta go through here.
This is the Golden Era.